Hey guys, I am back to do part 2 of my book haul for December 2020. I think maybe there's one or two things else showing up, but this stack is insane again. So we just need to film this, and those like one or two items will just go into January's because I'm telling myself in January that I'm freaking having a budget and I'm actually going to behave and not buy so many darn books, or manga for that matter, although the manga ones not really big. Well, it's pretty small right now, but there's a Right Stuff box that is lost in USPS limbo, so hopefully that shows up so I can actually film the December manga haul, but we'll see. But anyways, like usual, I will show, never mind, they're all romances. I was like, I'll show the non-romance stuff, but I'm pretty sure everything is a romance in here. Yeah, it is, because Lindsay has that's mood. Okay, well, first off, I'll show off the non-historical romances, and then everything else will be historical romances, because that's just what I'm doing. So first off, as I drop it, we've got Layla from Colleen Hoover. This is my very first Colleen Hoover. I've not read anything by her yet, but this one sounded spooky. So when Leeds meets Layla, he's convinced he'll spend the rest of his life with her until an unexpected attack leaves Layla fighting for her life. After weeks in the hospital, Layla recovers physically, but the emotional and mental scarring has altered the woman Leeds fell in love with. In order to put their relationship back on track, Leeds whisks Layla away to the bed and breakfast where they first met. Once they arrive, Layla's behavior takes a bizarre turn, and that's just one of the many inexcusable occurrences. So yes, it sounds interesting. It sounds psychological, which is like my jam. So I'm interested in reading my first Colleen Hoover. The next one that I got was Written in the Stars. Oh, someone read this and really enjoyed it. It's a female-female romance, and I can't remember who it was. So it's basically about two girls that go on a blind date because one of the girls' brothers like says, hey, you guys would be perfect for each other, I'm gonna set you up on a date. And then it's like a terrible date, and then they're just like, okay, whatever. But then the one girl tells her brother, oh, it was great. And then they basically, because of that, the one's like, hey, let's, fake date, blah blah blah, and fake dating always tends to lead to romance, because that's what they do. But this one everyone says was super cute, so I got that one. The next one I ended up getting this one, I think from Walmart when I was out with my cousins. And there's frankly still a McKay's used book haul that I still have to film because those books are sitting in my car. One of these days I'll get them out of my car when I make space to put them on my bookshelves. So that's why they're sitting in the car, because there's no space. We're working on it. But one of the books that I did not get from the used bookstore, this one came from Walmart, was Alexi Blake, Bayou Dreaming. This is, I think, book 3 in the Butterfly Bayou novels. I believe book 1 that I haven't read yet, so I do need to get book 2 so I can go in order. But this is about Roxanne, who left the big city looking for a simpler life, and she used to be on the SWAT team in New York City, so she moves into sleepy Louisiana parish, and then, romance. So there's that one, and then the last non-historical was Jill Shave's Animal Attraction. This is the second book in this series. Oh, Animal Magnetism series. So I read the first one, I really liked it. This is basically like, well, animal. So this one is Sunshine, Ohio, a ranching town. Veterinarian Dell suspects there's a reason his clinic's Uber efficient receptionist has taken shelter there. Jade couldn't be happier to escape the big city jungle to work with injured animals and have a forlorn stray kitten make its home under her desk. Kittens. So yeah, it's cute. It's like romance with animals, and that's like totally my jam, and I really like the first one. So basically I've told myself that if it's a series, like I'm trying to like cut myself off with how many books I'm bringing in, but my exception is if it's a series that I'm reading and I finish the book, I'm allowed to buy myself the next book in the series. But then in order to get the next one, I have to finish that for that following one. So yes, unless I've already like, you'll see some exceptions to this rule, but yes. So those are the non-historicals, and let's get into the historicals because there be a lot of those. I think I have separated everything by author. Yes. So first off, I got The Wilds of Linder Castle. So I got a bunch of them from this series. So this is, I think, book 1, I think. And then this one. Cute redhead. And then this one that gives me life because she's in riding boots, she's in pants, and she kind of reminds me of Mila Kunis. I don't know if anyone else thinks that, but she does, to me. But yeah, I am going to be buddy reading that series with Shae. So I'm super excited for that. And I needed to haul it so I could actually put them into... Oh wait, no. The Wilds and Love is the first one in the series. These are the next ones in the series. I don't, things. The next ones that I ended up getting is I got some more of Tessa Dare's because I'm trying to basically collect all of her. So this is another one in the Girl Meets Duke series. I am in the middle of the first one right now, so I don't know which one this is in the series. Gabrielle Duke clawed his way from the lowest slums to the pinnacle of high society, and now he wants to get even. Loyal and passionate Lady Penelope never met a lost or wounded creature she wouldn't take into her home and her heart. When her imposing and attractive new neighbor demands she clear out the rescued animals, Penny sets him a challenge. She will part with her precious charges if he can find them loving homes. Done, Gabrielle says. How hard can it be to find homes for a few kittens, and a two-legged dog, and a foul-mouthed parrot, and a goat, and an otter, and a hedgehog? It's another one with animals, so Lindsay can't say no. And then another one that I ended up getting from Tessa Dare is A Week to be Wicked, which I believe is another one. Yeah, this is part of the Spindle Cove series. So, another series I plan to read in 2021. So my goal is definitely in 2021 to read, like, at least Girl Meets Duke, Spindle Cove, Castles Ever After, and Duke Meets Girl. Like, all the books in those series, those 4 series, that's like my goal. And then if I do some of our other ones, that's cool. But that's at least my goal, as I want to read way more first stuff. And then I ended up... Okay, so I ended up doing my very first thrift books order, which was actually pretty good. I really can't complain. I mean, like, the books that I ended up getting, they're in the conditions that they basically said they were going to be in. So there is that. So first off, I got 4 books from them. So Kerrigan Burns. Oh my gosh. I'm having difficulties finding Kerrigan Burns. Like, her Victorian Rebel series, like, I could not find, like, I think I found the first one, and then the second, and I don't remember what these orders are, but I had trouble finding the Kerrigan Burns series. Like, I don't know what's going on with Victorian Rebels. I think it's because maybe she's switching from being published with a publishing company versus being self-published with an indie company or whatever, that they're not producing these anymore, because I could not find them, like, anywhere. So, like, I tried to order them from Books A Million, and they canceled the order. Barnes & Nobles didn't have it. Amazon had it for like $20. It was just like, where the heck can I buy these from? So Shae had suggested thrift books, So I ended up getting The Duke, which was one of the ones that was like $20 on Amazon, which was just crazy. And then I ended up getting The Scott Beds His Wife. So I think these are both part of that series, and yeah, they were just like impossible to find. I still think I'm missing a few, but I think they were at least on Amazon for normal price, so I wasn't like in such a rush to get them, but these were like really difficult to find. And then another book that I ended up getting from her that is not part of the Thrift Books haul, but I wanted to put it in here because it's Kerrigan Burns, is The Duke with the Dragon Tattoo, which I think is also part of the Victorian Rebel series. But this one I was able to find on, I think, Target. I think it was part of a Target sale, so I grabbed it. And then the other two books that I got from Thrift Books, just because I was looking and they sounded interesting, was Elizabeth Hoyt's To Taste Temptation. Hello. Which I think this is part of some series, but I'm not remembering which one it is. And then the other one that I ended up getting from her is To Beguile a Beast. I think this, no, yes. Pretty. So these are, I think, two in one of her random series. I did get some of this series, I believe, at McKay's Used Books, which I'll do that haul later, eventually, but yes. And then last but not least with Elizabeth Hoyt, this one I think I just got off of Amazon, was When a Rogue Meets His Match, which is, I think, the second book in this series. Ambitious and lethally intelligent, Gideon has performed the Duke of Winmer's dirty work for 10 years, all the while longing hopelessly for Meslina? Good gosh, girl, I don't know how to say your name. The Duke's daughter. Now Gideon's ready to quit the Duke's service and strike out on his own. That is until the Duke makes an irresistible offer. Perform one last task and you can marry her. So, sure. Okay, and I think the rest of them either came from Amazon, or I think they all came from Amazon or like Books A Million or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I think they're all just like random authors that are thrown together. I don't think any of these are all the same. Nope. Okay, so Olivia Drake, Forever My Duke. This is one of the books from the Unlikely Duchess series. I should probably just stop randomly buying books because then I have to go backtrack if I want to actually read them in order. The Duke of Clayton needs a bride. He even has the perfect one picked out. That is until he meets the lovely, free-spirited Natalie. She's the opposite what a man of his high rank should desire in life, an unspoken American who has never even set foot in a London ballroom. I'm amused. I don't read a lot with American characters, because most of these are Regency and set in like England or Scotland or UK. The next one I got is The Secret by Julie Garwood. This was a recommendation from somebody. I ended up getting two of hers based off a recommendation video from, I think it was Jen from the Book Refuge, but I could be wrong. And this is about Judith, who has a friend. They like grew up together, and this friend was like, oh gosh, I'm terrified that if I ever have a baby, I'm gonna like die in childbirth. And Judith was like, listen, we're like BFFs. Like, if anything ever happens and you need someone to be there, I will be your midwife, and I will, you are not going to die on my watch. So, basically, she then gets pregnant, and then she is basically, these guys from the Highlands basically come and say, hey, she's pregnant, come on. And she's like, okay, let's go. So, it just sounds cute. It sounds very friendshipy. The next one I got is Megan Frampton, Never Kiss a Duke. This is from a Hazards of Dukes novel. I think this is the first one. I tried to make sure I got the first one because this one sounded interesting. Sebastian, Duke of Hasford, has title, wealth, privilege, and plenty of rakish charm until he discovers the only thing that truly belongs to him is his charm. An accident of birth have turned him into plain Mr. Del Slava? Now Sebastian is flummoxed as to what to do with his life, until he stumbles into a gambling den owned by Miss Ivy, a most fascinating young woman who hires him on the spot. Working with a boss has never seemed so enticing. Yeah, it sounds awesome. Think I'm reading that with Shae, or maybe Shae's already read that. I can't remember. I'll have to ask her. I know I'm reading this one with her. So this is Beverly Jenkins. This is my very first Queen Bev. It is the first book in the Women Who Dare series. I was trying to get a series to try out from her since everyone says, you know, she's the queen. And this one is the first book in the series, and the second book in the series actually comes out sometime in 2021. So I was like, oh, well, that's good. That'll be like me getting into a new series for her. So Lydia Lacey's mission is the steamy heart of New Orleans is to help the newly emancipated survive and flourish. But soon she discovers that here freedom can also mean danger. When thugs destroy the school she has set up and then target her, she runs for her life and straight into the arms of Captain Drake. An architect from a New Orleans family, Drake has a deeply personal interest in rebuilding the city. Raised by strong women, he recognizes her determination and he can't stop admiring or wanting her. So, very nice. And once again, one set in the US, which I haven't really read that much, so that's pretty cool. Okay, we have a few more left. Okay. Another. Vanessa Kelly. Someone said this on BookTube, and I bought it because it sounded interesting. Lady Annalise? Erin, Duchess of the Tun, was expected to make a magnificent match. Instead, she's hiding on a remote Scottish isle, terrified that her vicarious former fiancé will use her pregnancy to force her into marriage. One man can help her, Royal Kendrick, son of a distinguished Highland clan. There's a mistake drove them apart years ago. Royal is the only person she trusts to protect her baby, even if it means agreeing to never see either of them again. So it sounds interesting. And then I ended up getting Jane Ashford, Earl's Well That Ends Well. This is another part of some kind of series. Oh, I need to keep track of these. So, sounds cool. Then we have got Lindsay trying to read Sarah McLean, since everyone says she's amazing. That's pretty. So this is the first book in the First Rules of Scoundrels series. A decade ago, the Marquis of Boone was cast from society with nothing but his title. Now it partners in London's most exclusive gambling hell. The cold, ruthless Boone will do whatever it takes to regain his inheritance, including marrying perfect, proper Lady Penelope. Sounds good. And then we have Loretta Chase, The 10 Things I Hate About the Duke. This I ended up getting from Target. A couple people have read this one and said they really enjoyed it, and I've never read anything from Loretta Chase, so I figured, why the heck not? And then, in continuing to buy more Lise Kleypas, because why the heck not, it's Miss Kleypas, I ended up getting the Wallflowers Book 2. It happened one autumn. I have the first one, and I think I had the third one, so this was the one that I was missing, so I ended up finding it somewhere. And I was like, oh, okay, it's one of the series that I need to keep going, so I'll buy that one. I think I'm also reading that series with Shae. I might be wrong, maybe I'm wrong, I can't remember. I can't remember anything. Then last but not least, yes, this is finally over. We're trying to keep it under 20 minutes. I'm almost there. We can do this. Is Jennifer Ashley, Lady Isabel's Scandalous Marriage. I read the first book in the series, The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie, and it was amazing and fabulous and wonderful, and I was like, I need the second book, like, ASAP. So I haven't read this one yet, but I'm hoping to read it, like, soon. Maybe in January. Hopefully in January. Because the first book was just amazing. So I am so excited to, like, keep going in this, like, family. So this is a second chance romance for, one of the brothers in the Mackenzie family, and then Lady Isabella. So cute. I love Lady Isabella. I really enjoyed her character from the first book, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing, like, their story together. But yes, guys, that is, oh my gosh, so many books. That I hope they can make them fit. Gosh, I hope they'll fit. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this book haul. I promise, 2021, I'm going to try and behave on this. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later for the next video. Everyone have a very good rest of the day.